What's your idea, Ellie?
You should play Gangster's Paradise as the episode starts.
The episode has started.
Oh, you wank!
Hello, everyone. It's the 2-Minute Terminator. I'm Ethan McKinley. Grimacing on the other end of the line there is Ellie Fitzgerald, my co-host, who is not in studio today. And this is the 2-Minute Terminator, where we break down the Terminator films 2 minutes at a time. We're actually on episode 3, so we're going from minutes 6 to 8. Is that right, Ellie?
No, 4 to 6.
What is it?
4 to 6.
4 to 6, of course it is. Sorry, I've been logging every 2-minute segment of this film last night, and I think my brain has calcified slightly, more than it normally does.
I think the conspiracy theories are probably what's calcifying your brain right now.
That is true. I've been watching, as I've been logging and rendering the minutes of this, MP4 version of Terminator 4, which to play it through my computer, as we discuss the film and then send those little bits to Ellie.
The little snippets.
The little snippets.
They're so brave! That's exactly what I thought.
Shut up, you. Hit the music.
Howdy, stranger.
Don't say howdy, stranger, to me.
You didn't do the fourth.
Thank God. It sucked. Yeah, it sucked.
And we're back. Yes, in fact, we are here. We are in episode 3. We're going from minutes 4 to 6.
Yeah.
Well of the 2-Minute Terminator. We're on the 4th season. It's Terminator Salvation. And basically this scene opens with Sam Worthington going, "Let's get this done."
Cut me to bits.
A bit like Cake Farts. He's like, let's get this done.
Let's get this done.
I'm
oh
paraphrasing.
My God, that is Cake Farts. Ethan, could you just explain to people what cake farts are?
Cake Farts, everyone. We will get back to the Terminator in a second. It's basically a little clip we found on the internet. It might have been on eFucked as well, right?
It is, yeah.
And it's basically a porn genre where women squat into cheesecakes. Or, well, we'll get to that. There's a subgenre even of that, where they kind of like squat into cheesecakes and fart, basically.
It's amazing. It makes the most satisfying sound.
I assume farting on cue in a porno is even more like nerve-wracking than actually getting an erection, right?
Why would it be?
Unless they squirt air up your bum with a turkey baster.
Easy.
Yeah, there you go. The subgenre even of cake farts, of course, is peanut butter farts, where they put a bit of peanut butter on someone's butthole and they kind of like blow it off with a jet of air.
I wonder if there's fanny fart, like cake ones.
Queefing.
Cake fanny farts.
Maybe, I don't know.
If not, I might make some. Right, on to the 2 minutes. So...
yeah, basically it opens with Sam Worthington being strapped onto a gurney, basically, in the Christ-like form. I'm assuming this...
Oh, don't you dare do that, because that was one of my points, you bastard.
I'm assuming that's not by accident.
Of course it's not.
He is put in the cruciform form. I'm not sure how a lethal injection actually would go in real life. I assume you just have your arms down by your side, but we'll get to actually what the lethal injection actually is. And the scene ends, the end of the 2 minutes finishes with some text basically explaining the future. But Ellie, you have some thoughts on the Christ-like Sam Worthington?
I have many thoughts, and they're going to go in chronological order whilst I get all this fluff off me, aka don't wear a fur coat. So the first thing I wanted to say was, in this 2 minutes, we actually discover, if you haven't already from your ears, that it's Danny Elfman that does the music. Brilliant. It's the one thing I do like about this film.
I'm going to disagree with that, but I'll come back to you.
The last part was Karen. We've got that similar kind of drone sound to the music, which is like in T2. That it's almost like a Terminator pulse or something.
You know what? I think... Well, it actually predates this, so I'm actually talking rubbish, but you get that a lot in trailers now. Like when the trailer goes boo or meh.
And it goes from kind of like snapshot to snapshot to snapshot.
Yeah, and then it just goes to this like fade down. It like made famous really kind of, I guess... Oh, the Inception trailer did it, but that was a lot more like, wow, wow. But
that is kind of different to like the Terminator sound.
The Transformers trailer from 2007, I think, that had a kind of boo. So It's very actually. This score reminds me of Danny Elfman's 2001 score to the much maligned Planet of the Apes.
Not seen it, and you keep telling me to watch it, but I just won't watch it.
Very percussive. Well, here's my thing with Planet of the Apes. I'll give you this, everyone. Fans.
I've seen Planet of the Gapes.
Don't even explain what that is. Yeah, the thing with I think Planet of the Apes is, am I crazy, listeners? Because I don't get Planet of the Apes. I don't get what oh my God, it's a world upside down. The monkeys are in charge of everything. How did that as a concept fly? I can vaguely appreciate it.
Warned us of this, dude.
I don't get it. Like, why? Like it just doesn't make sense that the monkeys had machine guns and this and that, and the humans with this. I will give the new Planet of the Apes films kudos because they're actually quite good. And the sequel, is it Rise of the Planet of the Apes, or is that whatever? It's the second one.
I have no idea.
The one from 2 years ago. That's actually really good. From the director of Cloverfield, no less. Huh?
Is Monkey Boy from T3 in it?
No, Gary Oldman's in the second one. But that's actually quite good. And the
what? Gary Oldman's in the second one.
Yeah, the character animation on the apes is amazing, especially in the second one. But
it's isn't it Rick Baker?
No, Rick Baker did the effects for the 2001 Tim Burton Planet of the Apes, which are really good. Tim Roth is like the main villain. Is it General Thade? I think he's like a chimpanzee in like this like Oriental samurai.
Do you mean Sade? She's a singer.
That's Sade. Planet of the Sades. So yeah, no, I don't know.
You don't even know what you were talking about.
No, it was. It's Danny Elfman's score. It's very similar. It's got this very like percussive kind of like. It's very reminiscent of his 2001 Planet of the Apes score. And weirdly, in this, they don't really acknowledge much of the score. I think apart from in the titles, because apart from that, it's a completely new score, which I don't mind. They were trying to do something completely different with this film, and that's why I think. Maybe this has an edge over Terminator 3, even though I think...
It's got decent music.
No, I just think they try to do something different. All the Terminator films, including Genesis, all involve time travel. That's the problem with them, I think.
Yeah.
It's the same story over and over
again.
Well,
the timeline is skewed anyway, so... But yeah, so we discovered that Danny Elfman's doing the music, so that's got a big thumbs up from me. Whilst it's Marcus Wright, isn't it?
Yes.
Whilst he's being strapped down, because we get to see his little name tag on his wrist and his little barcode.
Well, the thing with Marcus Wright was he was the only character actually in this, and John Connor was a sideline character. People will have forgotten this by the time it comes around again at the end of the movie. But basically, what was going to happen was Marcus Wright is this kind of like, I guess, Terminator with a human heart, which makes no fucking sense whatsoever. But in the original draft of this film, there was only Marcus Wright, and John Connor was a side or a tertiary character. When Christian Bale, this project came across his agent's desk, basically he said, I want to play John Connor and I want to be the main part. So they kind of retooled the script to make Christian Bale the main part, and then they sidelined Marcus Wright. Marcus Wright, of course, I guess is the more interesting character, and as a kind of link to Terminator Genesis, John Connor was going to actually die at the end of this film. As we all know, spoilers, John kind of gets his heart... Well, he gets his heart almost punched out by the Terminator and damaged so badly he's going to die. So Marcus Wright's heart goes into John Connor's body, which also makes no sense. In a nuclear future wasteland, you would have none of the drugs that would stop the body from rejecting someone else's heart that wasn't your own, etc. But what was going to happen was... That wasn't in this film. The film we have now, this is in it. That's not the original idea. Marcus Wright was going to replace John Connor because no one really knew who John Connor was. And Marcus Wright was going to be the leader of the resistance.
I think he should have been. So, my point being, we see Marcus Wright for the first time. Well, no, second time, I guess, because he was in the first part as well. But I've actually noticed the first bit of product placement whilst he's being strapped down, and he's actually wearing...
Oh, Terminator hair gel?
He's actually wearing Vans' original skate shoes.
What, Marcus Wright or the Terminator? I'm kidding.
Marcus Wright, you fucking idiot.
I need your clothes, your Vans, and your skateboard.
And your skateboard. Oh, that'd have been great. Why didn't they do that?
Great advert for Vans there.
I know.
Get executed in style with vans.
With vans. Oh, I might make a meme out
The
of that.
Texas judicial system swears by it.
So there's a little bit of product placement in there, and I recognise vans because I used to wear a lot of them, and so does Kevin Smith.
And you probably had lots of sex in vans as well, you whore.
I always take my shoes off.
While in vans.
Being killed today. Okay, cool. So we go through him being strapped to the table. Now the biblical bit, I didn't actually get it because I think I was writing a note when I actually saw Marcus being hoisted up in this kind of table, this bed thing, which is, I guess, the table that he's going to be executed on. Or
I know what you're going to say.
Experimented on or whatever. And, you know,
as he's laid down on the gurney in the prone position, he looks at the executioner and goes, "Oh my God, I look like Jesus. This is so cool."
This is so cool. No, it was actually the writing that made me think it was like very biblical. Because they're talking about the fact that they're talking about false prophets, how someone's going to be the saviour. Again, there's lots of kind of biblical connotations in this very opening. I was just like, wow, it surprises me. And the fact that they're actually reading out passages from the Bible as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. That's why I wanted us to play Gangster's Paradise as we started the episode. I was quite surprised that they would have someone like a priest in there.
Well, why not?
Well, why would they?
Because I guess it's customary. They give you the last rites. I don't know. No, but that's...
why is that like a strictly Christian thing, though? And why would that still happen?
Well, I imagine it's in Texas where the death penalty, I think, is still legal. So, I mean, that's one of their procedures. You'd be given the last rites by a priest.
So this is Texas?
Yeah, but being given the last rites by a priest at execution goes back to, like, the Middle Ages in England. I mean, it's like... But
that's what I mean. It's really outdated now.
It's a neo-Judeo-Christian, European, whatever kind of customary thing, isn't it? Even more weird, Ellie, and George Carlin mentioned this in his stand-up routine. When you do get the lethal injection, they swab your arm with alcohol.
That's ridiculous.
Oh,
yeah, because you see him do it in this, don't you?
Yeah, which, like, as George Carlin said, wouldn't want him to go to hell and get sick.
That's amazing. So, that is... I was going to say, one of my questions was, what actually goes inside a lethal injection?
Ah, well, funny you should say that, Ellie. Funny you should say that. Right, the lethal injection is composed of like three kind of injections essentially, and that's the thing you actually see going in, even though it's about 5 different things pumping into his body. The 5 different
cylinders, yeah.
But it's actually 3 things. It's called sodium thiopental, and that's an ultra-short action barbiturate and an anaesthetic agent used in high dose that renders the person unconscious in less than 30 seconds. Depression or respiratory activity is one of the characteristics of the drug. So basically, it just not collapses your lungs, but kind of like switches them off. It just stops your heart and your lungs.
Jesus.
The lethal injection doses version of this, as described in the section below, which I've got copious notes on. I'm not going to read them all out here probably, so you can actually see them in the show notes on SoundCloud, iTunes, or YouTube.
Plug at the end, darling.
It basically causes death through lack of breathing, so it just collapses your lungs with overdoses of opioids. So you kind of just...
But if you're wearing Vans, you will look cool.
Yeah, they're like compression socks on an airline that keeps all the blood in your head.
You'll only be allowed to enter the pearly gates if you're wearing your pearly white Vans.
The next thing that gets injected into your body following the sodium thiopental is pancuronium bromide. Pancuronium bromide. It's a non-depolarizing muscle relaxant and causes complete, fast, and sustained paralysis of the skeletal striated muscles. Fucking hell, that was odd.
Jesus Christ. Sounds a lot like ketamine.
Including the diaphragm. So basically, this kind of like just relaxes the body so much. It just kind of like dials you down. It just fades you out. Basically, your lungs and heart just like stop. All your muscles relax, and your diaphragm apparently is also affected, obviously. So it just, maybe if you were still awake, it'd feel like a giant weight going down onto your chest. The last thing that goes in, mixed in with all this crazy cocktail, is potassium chloride, and that does stop the heart.
Yeah.
So the first one kind of like puts you out. The second one relaxes all your muscles, and the last one just kills the heart.
Turns all the switches off.
Yeah,
Jesus.
so the first one is your lungs, then it's your brain, then it's
Sounds
your
like
heart.
quite a pleasant way to die, really.
Yeah, just go to sleep. I imagine it's just like being put to...
Snoozy snooze.
Yeah, it's like being, I guess, anaesthetised in a hospital.
Morphine or gas and air. Sounded a lot like ketamine as well. That thing where it like relaxes all your
Is
muscles
that used on
and
people, though?
everything
Because
and slows your heart down.
that's famously, like they say in Armageddon, they use this on
Ketamine's
horses.
like a painkiller.
Okay.
They use liquid ketamine in hospitals and things like that.
That is
I know.
interesting.
And they use it to extract horse semen as well.
So Ellie does it.
That's fact.
Do you think this scene is like a prophesorial omen of Sam Worthington's career, that in his first breakout film, because Avatar I don't think had come out yet, or it maybe have just come out, they're already trying to inject him and get rid of him?
Basically, you just look like a poor man's Tom Hardy or Jai Courtney.
Exactly. No, the poor man's Tom Hardy is the guy in Prometheus. Discount Tom Hardy.
Oh yeah. God, that was such a bad film.
That was a
So
bad
they're going to
film.
make another one.
By the way, anyone, I think in Terminator 2, or is it 1, we do an
2?
entire episode of Prometheus. So go back to season 1, I think. It's in the annals somewhere. And by the way, if you are listening, there is like a video version of this with pictures and titles, etc.
Pictures?
on the
Look,
YouTube
Mickey, love,
channel. So go to
pictures.
2 Minute Terminator on YouTube and subscribe. Right. Helena Bonham Carter, Ellie.
Yeah.
She wasn't meant to be in this.
Why?
She actually replaced Tilda Swinton shortly before filming began.
Was it because of Danny Elfman by any chance?
I don't know. Well, Tilda Swinton was cast and then she dropped out shortly before filming began. And Helena Bonham Carter filmed her role in 10 days. They compressed all her scenes together because she had to take an indefinite leave from the production, because during the initial filming of Terminator Salvation in 2008, I think, 4 members of her family were killed in a car crash.
Oh, God.
When their Jeep turned over on safari in Africa. Yeah. I've linked the news report under the actual show notes of this show. So yeah, 4
Oh my
members
God,
of
I've just realised, or I've just seen, there's actually a fucking camera drone in here. Sorry. There actually is.
Is it on? You probably play. That's Mike's, right? You probably play like when he's.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we didn't need to say it to listeners, but
No,
you
no,
get
I'm
the
not my
idea.
mum and dad's. It's my brother's. I'm in my brother's room.
Oh, he's still
Surrounded by Terminator regalia. I'm actually looking at Arnie right now.
Arnie is Ellie's like semi-retarded half brother. They keep in the attic and feed a bucket of fish heads once a week.
No, that's Baron.
Arnie! Yeah, the opening scene with Helena Bonham Carter, she kind of had to just leave the production almost immediately. So I'm assuming she's meant to be in it more, but she only appears basically in this initial scene with the execution, and she appears, I guess, as the face of Skynet as a screen further on down the line.
Would you bang Baldy? That's all I want to know.
Yes, met her in person. I think she's really hot.
No, but I mean, like,
No,
if she was all
I don't.
cancery.
No, I don't think she looks good with that hair.
Oh, okay.
Lots of girls actresses do, but I just don't think Bonham Carter pulls it off. Unless
Like
they've. But then again, I don't know if they kind of like did her up a bit. Who knows?
If they did her up a bit.
She looks a bit sick in this. Looks a bit sick.
She does look like she's got the kink, though.
Right. Talking about the injection, by the way, Ellie, the opening scene when Marcus does get injected, this is a very accurate prop based on the actual execution equipment developed by engineer Fred A. Leuchter.
Leuchter.
As of the release date, this system is only used in 4 states, one of them being Texas, of course. I can't remember who the other states are. I should have written it down. Sorry, listeners.
How is that not part of your homework?
I'm leaving this show. Fuck these two people.
Get me Jai Courtney. That'd be the biggest piss take.
Well, here's the weird thing, Ellie. Because it's only used in 4 states, I assume because of the death penalty legality. No, it's mostly due to problems adapting.
Nay.
It's mostly due to problems adapting the drug delivery rate to different individuals. But I'm assuming if you're going to kill someone, you wouldn't have to measure how much was going into their body. You just like fill them up.
Give him a shitload. Yeah, but they're probably very expensive, aren't they?
Yeah. I would like to say, by the way, one of the people whose name is mentioned in the opening credits of this film is Conrad Buff the Fourth.
Yay, he's back.
Yeah, we did an entire episode on Conrad Buff, I think, called Conrad Buff, the coolest name ever or something. That was in season 1.
Well, that's a lie. Vagner is definitely beating that.
I don't know, Buff.
Vagner, come on.
Well, Conrad Buff edited Terminator 2.
Conrad poos in his dancing teeth.
He's basically done all of James Cameron's films, so it's strange that he'd be actually doing this, but whatever, I don't know. He also did the first Planet of the Apes, not the 2001 version, the new Rise of the Planet of the Apes from 2011 with James Franco. So yeah, Conrad Buff is back.
Buff is back.
Got anything else, Eleanor?
Yes.
Oh.
So when the script comes up, first of all, I was kind of gutted that it's like modern day text. I thought it'd be great if it was like the Terminator text, but it wasn't. And it says that Skynet view humanity as a threat to its existence. Why would Skynet think that? Why would humanity be a threat to Skynet?
Because it's in your nature to destroy yourselves.
But that's something from a Terminator's, like, I guess, perspective.
Hmm.
I mean, it's humans that created Skynet. I guess the idea was to work with Skynet. Skynet became self-aware. But then why would Skynet not have maybe utilised the humans as opposed to being like, right, well, they're a massive threat. Why they would think it was a massive threat to their existence? I don't know. That bit did kind of baffle me a little bit. Why did Skynet all of a sudden realise that, or I say realise, why did Skynet decide that we're going to wipe out the entire human race?
I suppose it was sick of pushing a broom around and being told what to do. You don't control me, man.
Oh my god, you know that video you showed me the other day of the robots where it can like pick up boxes and react to people and things like that?
Yeah, Boston Dynamics.
There's this amazing, I meant to tell you about it, there's this dude on Facebook that you follow, and he's this Aussie, and he does commentating over random videos.
Mm-hmm.
And he does it over this robot one, and it's so funny, it's hilarious. I might post it on the page, it's really good.
If you send me the link now, I'll put it into the show notes. If you have just joined us, listeners, we have show notes every week, copious amounts of text and horse shit and links for you to go through that cover all the things we kind of talk about in each show. So Ellie's going to send that to me and we will have it for you.
I will indeed.
But yeah, no, Boston Dynamics, they're getting pretty creepily close to the way people move and stuff. I think within like 50 years, probably when I've shuffled this mortal coil, but within the next 50 years...
But I wonder how many accidents are going to happen in the making of this actually becoming a fully fledged,
I don't know, because
fully functioning thing.
We've kind of got Google Cars now. We actually have that now, and you can. They've talked about it on the Joe Rogan show that you can. His friend's got one. You can in fact turn your car off. What are you doing, Ellie? You're breathing down the mic.
Sorry.
Don't do that.
Stop breathing.
I don't know, there's great leaps in technology, isn't there? I never would have thought, like, even 10 years ago there'd be a thing called an iPad. Or
really?
Yeah, we didn't have them. You have to bear in mind, we had mobile phones, but, like, the iPhone didn't come out till
Ethan,
2000.
I'm not that young. I remember the first iPod. My mate had one. He brought it over from America. It was massive. It was literally the size of a brick.
No, but, I mean, could you ever have imagined? I used to have, like, a CD player, a mini CDs. You'd carry around this giant CD player with, like, CDs in and stuff. Then you have the mini disc player.
Yeah, but Ethan, when you were young, we still had a king on the throne, so...
We did. Well, basically, all the music I used to listen to was on these, like, cylinders.
Green sleeves.
Yeah. Yeah, as I used to go to the opium den and, like, hang out with ladies of ill repute. No, but I mean, come on, imagine in my phone now, I can take a picture, I can film stuff. You can make a phone call. You can send messages through thin air. And on top of that, you can house or store, depending on your storage, at least 1,000 songs. I mean, 1,000 songs in terms of records would be half a room full of records, wouldn't it? Or CDs.
I guess.
Actually, no, it's a lie. Probably like, it'd be 100 CDs. It wouldn't be that bad.
The only thing that still baffles me, and this is something that's been around for like 100 years now, and that's planes. Planes just baffle me, dude. Especially when you see the real big ones, the real big airliners, and you just look and you're like, first of all, how does that get up in the air? Second of all, how does that stay in the air? Like the weight of it alone, I know It's been explained to me, but it's still, there's hundreds of people inside that vehicle.
I'll go you on better.
Go on then.
Why, after nearly 100 years of air travel, are we still using the same principles of flight, of burning fossil fuels, of using a jet engine?
We need, as the human race, we need to be kept at a certain level. It's like, I guess, how you see like men and women. You need to remain a certain status. So for the government, obviously they're using all kinds of alien technologies and stuff, but they don't want us to use that because that would elevate us as a people and probably liberate us. I think they are.
You just broke the internet. Everyone's going, what?
They need to keep people dumb, don't they?
Well, it is funny how other industries are kind of like pushing forward and things, and like the airline industry really doesn't. They're using the same 747s. That would give
us so much more access to information, though, wouldn't it?
That were around since the 1960s. It's the same kind of plane, pretty much. Yeah, very strange. And yeah, other things like, but then again, I guess maybe the market dictates it, where because there's a demand for computers and information and stuff, the internet and computers and iPads get very developed quickly and you get this like advanced climb, almost like a Skynet, if you will.
Yeah.
So who knows? Now these initial robots are here by Boston Dynamics. Who knows? Maybe we'll see
Watch this space, peeps. Watch this space.
But it'd be cool to have a robot friend. I think it's going to be interesting. It would be cool to have a robot friend. Is that the name of the episode?
That or the Vans thing. That's what the Vans thing was pretty good.
Hear that silly little pop, Ethan? That's the sound of all the female listeners' pussies closing when you went, it would be cool to have a robot friend. You absolute
No, but
neat.
they would have felt a bit more sympathy for you that time when I said, who was your favourite childhood robot? And you went, well, I guess my favourite childhood robot would have to be Robbie. No, who was it? Who was your favourite childhood robot?
I suppose if you go mainstream, I guess the Star Wars robots, but I've always had a soft spot for, and if in real life the robot you'd actually want is Vincent from the Black Hole, the 1979, I guess, Disney movie.
Mm.
Yeah.
I swear you said someone different at the time, though.
No. Sorry, that was my robot friend just pulling an 18-inch black rib knobbler out of my bum.
Don't, because that makes me think of that documentary you sent me earlier. Which I listened to, all of it, and I came away just being like, oh my god.
Well, we'll discuss that in a second.
I thought I was unshockable.
I've got 2 cock-ups for you.
Cock up.
And it's not to do with anyone's ass. It's this section of the show, basically, we let you know what went wrong, what people may have missed or not missed. Continuity errors, basically. In the opening execution scene, Ellie, yeah? There are 6 loaded syringes in a row, all extended. The syringe 5 descends first, and then the shot of 3 syringes is returning to its fully extended position when it was previously already extended.
Oh,
then
up.
Then syringe 3 descends again, so they all just go down at different fucking times, and they're back where they were, then they start going down again.
Oh.
Now, when Dr. Serena Kogan, which is Helena Bonham Carter's character, is standing over Marcus Wright, her head is between him and the light above. But when it shows his face, there is no shadow.
Oh.
So there you go.
So there you go. Spaldner, we'd love to hear it from you again. John, keep the images coming. Josh, keep retweeting.
You don't have to do that, John.
And welcome to all our new listeners. Please do share the show, talk to everybody about it. And when are we going to get some people to call in? What was going on with Kevin Ranson? I thought he was going to call in at some point.
Well, yeah, we could do that. We need to be kind of together for that one, and we need a third mic, so I'd have to bring one to London, I think.
I thought Kevin was in America.
Yes, Ellie, but because we such a low-tech setup, if I came to you, I'd have to aim one mic at a laptop, and we'd need one mic individually.
Oh, no, I'd have to be with you. I don't know if you're in the same room.
This is famous horror sci-fi author Kevin Ranson. Please find him on Facebook and check out his work. He's just doing a series of books called the Matriarch series, which are about vampires.
He's really cool. He's really funny. I like the stuff that he posts.
He gets my off-color remarks.
Do you have anything more that you wanted to add, Ethan?
Yes, if you go to the 2 Minute Terminator on Facebook, 2 Minute Terminator page, please like the page. I've just put on a ton of images. I personally think, I'm not just overselling this, I think it's now the one-stop shop for all Terminator images, Terminator art, posters, behind-the-scenes pictures, like literally everything, sketches, fan art. It's like there's got to be over 1,000 pictures on there.
In other
now.
words, eat, sleep, shit, repeat.
I've gone to every Terminator Tumblr website. It contains every existing GIF, and I've spent weeks doing this basically. So if you go on there and like the page, there are updates all the time, including new episodes of this show. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get this show every day. Go on, do it. You know you want to. And there you go. Hope you like the show. We'll be back later or tomorrow with another show. We'll be going from minutes, Ellie, 6 to 8.
6 to 8.
Yes, that'll be episode 4.
Hasta la vista,
baby.
Alright.
Shut up.
Do you want me to go fucking trash your lights? Do you want me to fucking trash them? Fuck! And what the fuck is it with you?
I was looking at the light.
Fuck! And what the fuck is it with you?
I was looking at the light.
Fuck! And what the fuck is it with you?
I was looking at the light.
Fuck! And what the fuck is it with you?
I was looking at the light.
It's fucking distracting. Oh, good. 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 No, no, fuck, no. 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 What don't you fucking understand? I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. What don't you fucking understand? I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. What don't you fucking understand? I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. What don't you fucking understand? I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. Think for one fucking second. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Think for one fucking second. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Think for one fucking second. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Think for one fucking second.